you did?
No, never mind.
Give me a second. Everything's freezing.
Yeah, can you change his name real quick?
Give me 1 second. All right.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And his shit froze right away.
So right now, I have the Kid, the Eagle, and D'Angelo returning for his second show with us. Over there, everybody say hi. I don't know what's going on over here. At the end of the corner, we have the Professor. And then we have two special guests joining us today. We got LAMEBOT on the bottom corner. Go ahead, LAMEBOT. Introduce yourself to the NBN crew.
Yo, my name's LAMEBOT, and I make music and stuff at LAMEBOT Music at like everything. Twitter, well, X, right? And Instagram, whatever. All that. Same handle.
Yeah, and he is also the artist behind our theme song. So we greatly appreciate everything you did for us. Get us the song, and it is just amazing. And then at the bottom of me, under me, we have Sherm from SCRAM Family on YouTube. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the NBN crew.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Sherm from the SCRAM Family. You can check us out at scramfamily.com. We haven't posted in a minute, but we're getting back into it. NBN has inspired us to get back on the grind. But check out scramfamily.com and check out all the videos. It's me and the fam getting it in. So.
Perfect. We're glad to have you with us today. We're going to be talking about in the finals for the Eastern Conference and Western Conference. We're going to be looking at who do we think is the dark horse this year in the NBA, who has the most pressured. We're also going to be looking at the awards: MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, and so on and so forth. So stick around. This is going to be multiple episodes. So let's start with episode 1, and let's talk about the Eastern Conference. Who do we have in our finals? And let's go ahead and take it to one of our guests. Sherm, you got the first pick.
First pick. That's how I like it. All right, coming out the East, I got none other than the Boston Celtics. They're coming out of the East, bro. Like, there's just
Let's go.
It's too loaded. Like, when you look at the Celtics, it almost looks like an all-star team, bro. The starting lineup, like Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and Al Horford. Like, come on, it's easy. Are we losing somebody?
No, you're gonna connect again. Keep going.
Oh, okay. All right, look. Boston Celtics, that's the way to do it. It's the only team out of the East that's even. Look, I know it's another team out there. It's got y'all thinking, yeah, look at this duo. No. You can't win with a duo. You need depth. You need a full team. It's Boston all day for me.
All right. I'll go next. I don't want to say Boston, but I have to say Boston.
Hey.
I don't want to. I want to believe in Giannis. I want to believe in the Greek Freak. I want to believe that he's not a one-ring guy in his career. I don't believe in Dame Lillard. I never will believe in Dame Lillard.
Cold.
Portland never believed in Dame Lillard.
Oh, for 13 years?
Yeah, I think in Central Time there's no Dame time. But anyways.
Wow.
Boston has to win because it's a little shout out I'm gonna do right now, and I know LameBot's probably gonna disagree. He's the Boston fan here. Jason Tatum better show up. Enough is enough. Either you're a superstar or you're not a superstar. Time to show up. You've gone to Eastern Conference Finals in the last 4 years. Great, pretty cool resume. You went to the NBA Finals and you wet the bed in the same little fashion that James Harden did in 2012 when he played the Heat. When there's still an APP out for James Harden, nobody has seen him since.
I don't know. They found him at the strip club.
The strip club gaining weight, eating chicken wings. Jason Tatum has the talent to be the best player in basketball. He needs to start winning. Enough is enough. You've been having a stacked roster, like Sherm said, for the last couple of years. When you lose to the Miami Heat, that hurts your resume more than anything because nobody should be losing to the Miami Heat. So Jason Tatum needs to step it up, and I, by default, have to pick the Boston Celtics.
Cool. Okay, my turn. Listen, guys. I'm just gonna lay it out there. The East is really simple. It's not Philly. It's not Miami against the belief of some of the people out here. They're gonna try to bombast you with how good the Heat is, and they're not gonna tell you the reality of it. And even though the moon and the sun and the stars align and they went to NBA Finals, that was just like literally that alignment of the stars, and it's not gonna happen again. I guarantee the Heat is not gonna make the NBA Finals again. Okay, not under Jimmy Butler's lead.
And we're in Miami, by the way. This guy.
Yeah. It doesn't. The point is that it's not the Heat, it's not Philly, and I really have a lot of love for Damian Lillard, but sadly, I can't choose the Milwaukee Bucks, and I have to go with the Celtics. With everything that comes with it, right? The years that they've been to the conference finals and they just haven't made it. The criticism, well deserved, that the kid was just given against Jason Tatum. He was the number 2 pick probably 5 or 6 years ago with a lot of promise, and he just hasn't delivered the biggest stage. And to be honest,
you wouldn't be saying that if it was Bron, though.
What? No, I'm not a Brown fan, so it's all good.
Correct. No, I know, but I'm just.
No. Relax. Braun is a different story because you know what? Braun came in with a lot of expectations, and to be honest, having 3 rings, he delivered everywhere he went. So it wouldn't be fair to put that type of pressure on Jason Tatum, but at the same time, being drafted by the Celtics, such an organization expects a lot, okay? And it's not like he hasn't had a supporting cast that you would say, hey, like, why aren't we winning championships? That's the only thing that they're expecting in the Celtics organization, okay? And to be honest, they changed the coach. They fire another coach. They got another one. They got Jeff Van Gundy now he's going to be like in a supporting role. He's going to be assisting the team and whatnot. They have everything they need, okay? And if there's going to be a year where it's going to happen, it has to be this one, okay? So I'm picking the Celtics on the Eastern Conference. Go ahead, Angelo.
And I wholeheartedly disagree. Betting on the Boston Celtics is basically placing a bet on Joe Mazzulla, which I don't believe in Joe Mazzulla at all. I just don't. I feel like he's a terrible coach. And the reason why they had to always bring in new coaches and bring in Jeff Van Gundy in the first place is because they know how bad he is. I'm not betting on Joe Mazzulla. I'm not taking anything away from Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. By the way, didn't they lose Brogdon? So they have like no bench now either. I mean, they're going to pay for starting 5 the whole way through. They got rid of the 6th man of the year last year. So that said, I'm gonna go with Giannis and the Bucks. Any way you want to slice it, Damian Lillard is an upgrade from Drew Holiday. Last year, some unfortunate happened. We're gonna push that to the side. I prefer Budenholzer over Mazzulla, and my pick is a pick on Giannis, who hint. He might be coming up later on in the episode. So I'm sticking with the Bucks.
Hold on, before you go, hold on. Did he get fired? The Bucks coach?
Correct.
Oh, my apologies. So who's the new coach?
The new coach.
Whoever it is better than Mazzulla.
It isn't because
some random dude.
And when Dame Lillard's in the team, you don't win rings. That's just how it is.
Can you stop?
God damn.
Bucks.
I know he's a clutch performer. He's an incredible shooter, and we already heard in the preseasons that this guy Giannis is finding himself more open out there with him because everybody's respecting him. I think the Milwaukee's will be that team.
dragged that Portland team to the Western Conference Finals in, what was that, 2019, 2020? He dragged them.
To catch the sweep.
That doesn't matter, dude. It was just him and CJ McCollum. Who else did he have?
There we go.
Give him Giannis now?
Anyways, go ahead. Next question. I'm talking with Dame Lillard.
Who you like, Professor? Talk to us.
That's he froze because he was gonna say
Frozen.
the Heat.
Yeah, he's still thinking
He
about
was
Kyle
gonna say the
Lowry
Heat.
right now.
Go ahead, Renee.
Yo, this many people backing the Celtics, you know I gotta back the Celtics.
Oh my god.
100%, dog. And I'll tell you, let me address the shots taken over here at JT.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Bro, we gotta act like he didn't carry the offensive load for 3 rounds. Really? Come on.
Thank you.
And also, I also agree, first year coach did not do his best. Should have switched out some of the way that the offense was handled. The defense was fine. I think the defense did what they needed to do, but they ran the ball a little too much. He was already, huh?
You lost Robert Williams. You lost
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Marcus Smart. Like, I don't know. The team ain't looking so defensively strong as it was last year.
I was worried about both of those losses, to be real, but seeing how they were playing in preseason, I'm pretty excited. If you thought they were positionless before, they're truly positionless now. I don't know how anyone really matches up and if they do what they're supposed to do, I don't really see how anyone stops them.
Here comes the professor.
Jason Tatum is not even the most paid person on that team, by the way. Just tossing it out there. Everyone keeps talking about Jason Tatum, but he's not the highest paid person on that squad. Like,
I mean, everyone's got a lot to pick up. I feel like Jaylen Brown still needs to fully develop his left. Everybody knows that. But it's just, I don't know. I think they have a lot of options now. Porzingis, as long as he stays healthy, gives them a ton of options from the 3 positions, right? From the post, the mid-range, and from the 3. And he passes. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I really don't see anyone taking him out as long as they do what they need to do.
You guys downgraded. So Pritchard is coming off the bench now. You went from Marcus Smart to Pritchard. Like, come on, dude. Like,
are we gonna
numbers don't lie. The stats are there for Boston. I'm a Lakers fan, and I don't even support Boston like that. But the numbers are there. Like, it's just like Jaylen Brown is going to make over $50 million next year. The real conversation is Jaylen Brown, please earn this bag because what $50 million?
Real talk. I agree.
Are we gonna forget that Jason Tatum
essentially
choked in the NBA Finals against GSW? Are we gonna?
All right. You want to get the Laker tie-in? Here's the Laker tie-in for Jason Tatum. Kobe, the Black Mamba, was so close to Jason Tatum, and they traded a lot. I feel like it can't be understated. You see Jason Tatum's game, and you can, if you watch Kobe, see a lot of influence in that game.
Jason Tatum.
What?
I gotta go to Vision Works. Yeah, I gotta go get my glasses.
There's a ton of videos on TikTok when there's like a side by side of them doing the same moves. Like, you can tell that he learned.
That's Baby Cole, man. Like, any way you slice it, he trained with him a lot. They have a lot of the same moves.
Baby Cole.
Yeah.
Are we gonna show the great Kobe Bryant here? Are we
no, man. See, the thing is, you're looking at the game like Skip Bayless right now, bro. You're not really looking at what they're doing, dog. You're just throwing out generalities, dog. I feel it. I see it, bro. But
because Jason Tatum was hyped to be this dude, and he's not that dude. Has he been that dude? Let me ask you. Has he been that dude the last 5 years?
Yeah. How is he not?
How many rings?
I think he's a top 5.
Okay, cool.
Top 5 MVP. Cool. He's a top 5 MVP every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Steph Curry destroyed him. Jimmy Butler beat him. Jimmy Butler shouldn't be beating anybody.
Listen, man, Jimmy Butler will outwork anyone. So I don't take that as a slight. Jimmy Butler will outwork.
I'm back right on time.
Yes, he did. Just in time.
Go ahead. Your turn.
Oh, he froze.
That Kyle Lowry thing, bro. He can't do it. Kyle Lowry just blocks.
He can't do it. They're trying to save him from himself right now. Like,
hold up, but let me say, on the record, I did pick Boston. It's not like I didn't pick Boston. If I would have hated Boston, I would have said the Bucks.
No. Let's get something straight though. We picked Boston because the East is weak. Okay, and
there you go. There you go.
Being real right now. Okay, and there's a lot of expectations that we've been waiting on the Celtics for a while specifically center on Jason Baby Kobe Tatum, right? Because that's how they call him right now. Okay,
I never heard that before.
no, me neither.
Yeah.
Just getting
Kobe,
updated.
Kobe
You
the winner.
gotta know the deep. You gotta know the deep background. Kobe is so in Jason Tatum, like it's so crazy. Like,
So listen, my point is that we're picking the Celtics more because yes, they're loaded, but at the same time, like Angelo noted, there's a lot of their defensive identity that went away when Marcus Smart was traded, when Robert Williams was traded, because Robert Williams was only there for one reason, and that was blocks and defense. And then you're saying that you're getting Porzingis back, which is great, a presence in the sense of blocks, but I want to see that mobility. I remember that knee got shot, and he was out for a year and a half. So I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. If he stays healthy, but Drew Holiday was the big, real defensive upgrade.
That's a real upgrade.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay,
And he gives you a lot of pick and pop options and good mid range bag.
He's gonna be the leader of the maybe Jason Tatum doesn't have it really. So we'll see. But again, it's not the strength of the Celtics itself. It's more of the weakness of the rest of the teams in the East. That's my opinion. Professor,
You're muted, dude.
You know, I don't even know where to start. So when you're looking at the Boston Celtics, looking at their entire roster, they give up a lot. They basically have no bench when you're looking at it. The advantage that they've had all these years has been their depth. And even with their depth, they still couldn't beat the Heat. The one time they actually did beat the Heat, the Heat was supposed to win, but the referees gave it to them at the last second. So that tells you off rip right there that the Boston Celtics with depth are the equivalent what the Heat were in the past. And now they're lesser than that. So, yeah.
the disrespect to Boston's bench. Hold on, let me just
Real.
hold on.
Hey, their
Eric
bench
White
is
has
good.
the hairline of Stephen A. Smith, but he is knocking shots down. Like,
He's a starter now. You're right. Derek White's great, but now he's a starter.
no. Derek White's not starting. You won't think we have to start Derek White.
I'm pretty sure they are. They're going to put Drew off the bench. Aren't they?
No,
Bitch, that's easy money, 6 man.
That's one guy. Wait, what happened?
The other thing too is they're gonna mix lineups up, so they might start him some games, might not. But as far as I know, Drew is pretty much the starter at point guard. They might move White to shooting guard actually.
Right. So who will be their 6 man?
I don't know. I don't know if they have like a solid 6 man, but I like their bench.
But what I'm saying is, you're the Boston fan, and you don't even know who their 6 man is.
I think it's gonna rotate. I don't think they have a steady like one person 6 man.
But who? Like who else is coming off of their bench? Like who's the other guy? Like
At
Peyton
guard
Pritchard or something like that? Yeah. Who's their next guard up? Is it Peyton Pritchard?
I mean he's technically third, but yeah.
All right, we're going to go ahead and stop it here for a second, guys, so we can fix some of the technical difficulties we're going through right now. All right, welcome back. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but it seems like we got the audio figured out. So let's go ahead and go back right where we were. We were talking about Boston Celtics and who they have in the bench.
Boom.
So the question was towards LAMEBOT. Go ahead and defend your position.
There's 3 point guards on the team right now. I think that's more than enough. Like I really don't see where you're gonna need a 4th or 5th point guard. They also have 3 shooting guards, right? 3 or 4 shooting guards. Like I said, it's gonna be more about the rotation of the lineups. This is a truly positionless team this year. As what I think most people are not getting. It's gonna be a problem for people to guard because you have to guard everybody.
Are they going to stagger Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Who's going to score when Tatum's on the bench?
The $50 million man, Jaylen Brown. What are we talking
He's gonna. I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to step up.
That's right.
Are they going to
Yeah.
stagger
But if
them?
you look at
I mean,
all right, look, the
who's gonna
Nuggets
score is
just
gonna
won
be
the
everybody. You're
championship.
talking about who's gonna be alpha when he's on the bench? Is that
Who's
the
gonna
real
score
question?
when Jason Tatum's on the bench?
I'm sorry.
Who's going to score when Jason Tatum's on the bench?
It's a team game, right?
Porzingis.
It's
I
a
agree.
team
I
game.
agree.
Like, I mean, if we're gonna talk about who's gonna like take the last shot or who's gonna be like the alpha dog, like that type of stuff when he's not there, that's a different conversation. I still think it has to be JB, but everyone on that team can score.
Okay. Here's my thing though. Everyone on the team can score, but the question is who can set them up and who's your coach. So one, when you're looking at who can set them up, you don't have a very advanced point guard. So that's one aspect there. You also have a very advanced center. So when you're talking about the ball movement, that's going to require some very advanced schemes set up by your coach. We've already seen last year that your coach isn't that good. So to me, and I think everyone deep down kind of knows there's some truth to that. So when you're looking at the Celtics, I do think that there are some very clear vulnerabilities there. That said, I still see them going to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying they're going to be complete trash and they're going to. No, I'm just saying it's not as perfect as it looks.
No, yeah.
So everyone's just so I'm clear, everyone's out on the 76ers. Everyone's out on the Sixers.
All the way out.
Yeah. Not even like
second round.
They
like each other.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let me ask. Okay, so we got Boston and then we got one Bucks. Who's the other team they're playing in the Eastern Conference Final?
You know who. You know who.
Go for it, Professor.
Let me tell you something. Year after year, we have this exact same conversation. And year after year, it gets us to the exact same place. Everyone says the Heat aren't going to make it. That somehow they either make it or they come really, really close. The Heat have the exact same issue the Denver Nuggets do. That being that because they're not a big market team, folks don't really watch their games. So what ends up happening is Miami's in the middle. It falls in the middle. Not everyone watches Miami Heat games like that. So when you're looking at
Miami's not a small market team.
It is. It's smaller mid-size. It's not considered large. Not like the Lakers or the Knicks. It's just not. So what ends up happening is their roster doesn't actually get the substantive analysis year after year that it probably should. When you look at the Miami Heat's roster, it's not just that they're deep, for example, at guard. It's that they have guards that do different things. Now, they not only have guards that do different things, they also have bigs that do different things. Their weakness is very clearly the point guard position because Kyle Lowry, ill. That's a fact. Like we can't. I'm not gonna come up here and tell you lies.
I don't know how he's getting 28 mil to like not do much.
Theft, bro. Theft. But at the same time, y'all got Jaylen Brown, so glass houses. Now, the thing is, though,
Kyle Lowry can be.
Hey.
Hold on, Jaylen Brown. We can't compare Kyle Lowry to Jaylen Brown.
I'll take Jaylen any day.
Yes, we can. We absolutely.
Now, if we're talking about Jaylen Brown only going left to Kyle Lowry, I see it.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown with no hands. Like.
Listen, I know what I saw last season, and I saw Jaylen Brown get shut down consistently. That's what I saw. But now when you're looking at the Heat, what we can say about the NBA is we've seen consistently that when your team has a good big, the point guard position isn't as important. What you need are people who can hit wide open shots when you have a good big. When you look at the Heat's roster now, what people forget is from the Lakers, we stole Thomas Bryant. And there was a minute there where the Lakers were ready to go. The Lakers were ready to go ahead and sell AD and send him off home because Thomas Bryant looked better. With an actual real coach, he can develop into something.
Your man bucking out.
Hold on.
No, that can't be.
Oh, wait. Let me finish.
Yo, Thomas
There's
Bryant
more.
over AD.
What?
Are you saying Thomas Bryant over AD?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is when you're looking at his skill set, there was a moment there when he was developing where he looked very, very good. Is he as good as AD? No, that's a lie. But the thing is, if you actually develop him and you put him next to Bam at the same time, you have something. There's something there. Because what Bam has said consistently, year after year, is I want to be a power forward. And Brian said, I want to be a center. And when you put those two together and you allow Bam to roam and do what he wants to do, while still having Jimmy Butler right there, Duncan Robinson right there, Tyler Hero right there, that Jaquez guy right there. That's gonna hurt. And they all play defense. I'm not worried.
Hold on. Let me just say this. If Bam wants to play power forward in the East, you know who else plays power forward, right? The Greek Freak, right? You know he plays power forward, right? You've heard of Joel Embiid lining up in the 4, right? So you've heard of the MVP, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure you've seen
No, you're right.
who lines up as 4.
Let's talk about it in depth. The Sixers don't even get along anymore. The Sixers are a non-factor. They hate each other now. They're done. Now,
come on, bro. Keep going. Not power forwards in the East. That's gonna smoke them. Keep going.
Come on, bro. What? Say it again.
No, I'm saying that all the power forwards on the other teams on the East, it looks better than me. They all look better.
Then Bam?
Every single one in the East looks better than Bam.
Is anyone going to argue that Julius Randle is better than Bam?
Sherman is saying what I'm dying to say. Thank you, Sherman. Appreciate it.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
That it's Bam is overrated. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Now, what is Bam rated? Let's talk about it. Is Bam the best? Is he the best big in the NBA? No, he's not. He's absolutely not. Is he an all-star?
1 year.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
I think Bam's an all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he is.
Yeah,
that's fine. No one's saying Bam's the best power forward center of the NBA. That's ridiculous. I would never say that. but when you're looking at it though, and you're looking at what's in, because remember, we're not in the West. We ain't got to worry about no Jokic. We ain't got to worry about no AD. All you really got to worry about is Embiid and Giannis, which means you only got to worry about Giannis.
So the MVP is somebody that you just brush upon? That's Joel Embiid.
Who? Joel Embiid and who? That team doesn't even get along anymore. They don't even like each other, bro. I'm fine.
Oh, but that's
I'm
true.
fine. They're beating each other in the parking lot right now. That's their rap when you're looking at it.
What about Evan Mobley? What about Paolo Banchero?
Up and coming.
What about
Julius Randle?
Jason Tatum.
Not there yet. We saw what happened with Jason Tatum the other day, bro. We saw him get sent home the other day. Back
you
the
say
third
you
time.
we were argued against Boston by saying Boston had no bench. Then you start with Miami saying Miami doesn't even have starters. We didn't even get to the bench because we couldn't even get out the starters on Miami.
Miami does have starters. I can name it for you right now.
Is starting.
Don't worry
He
about
wouldn't
Kyle
start on
Lowry.
any other team in the league. He couldn't start for anybody else.
Yes, he could.
Oh yeah.
My
Knicks would
my Knicks. Yeah, he'll start for my Knicks.
He can start for the Knicks. There you go. There you go.
You can start the San
He could
Antonio,
start for
maybe.
any real team in the league.
Yes, he could. He absolutely could. Yes.
No, but let's get to Josh Richardson though. We're forgetting the real elephant in the room. He starts on the starting lineup. What does Josh Richardson provide?
Okay, but here's the thing with the Heat. Every single season, folks look at the starting lineup. It is a lie, and we all know it's true. The starting lineup for the Heat has always been a lie. It's all about who gets the minute and who gets the minutes and who plays. And consistently, what we have seen over and over and over again is that the coach gives the minutes to whoever he can put in the right formation at the time, and that's just the way it works for them. Is it crazy? Yes. But does it work? Yes.
I think what we've consistently seen from the Heat is they've overachieved every single
Big
year.
facts.
They've
Big
overachieved,
facts.
and at some point, that luck is going to run out.
Okay, I have a question. Do y'all have kids?
Yes.
Okay. If your kid comes home with straight A's one quarter, you stop and you say, "Oh my God, I know, yeah," but they overachieved a little bit. But if they do it again and again and again, is that overachievement, or perhaps your actual analysis of the skill isn't quite accurate?
Nah, they're overachieving.
You see the result over and over and over again. It's not.
It's 100% because of Jimmy Butler, though. Like Jimmy's the X factor.
It is. And going back to Boston, I believe that Boston's X factor has always been Marcus Smart. And I think that by losing Marcus Smart, they have lost the heart and soul of their team. And to me, Marcus Smart is the most valuable player that they had. And he needs to retire in that Celtics jersey because he's basically your Jimmy Butler saying, "Get back on defense." And without Marcus Smart yelling at Jason Tatum to play defense, I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah, but you it's a pro and con because you may lose that defensive spirit and that guile from Marcus Smart, but you're also losing the 3-pointer in the fourth quarter with 24 seconds left on the clock. Like Marcus Smart would take the most ill-advised shots at the worst possible times, and you losing that, I'll take that.
And
Let me tell you,
coach like Caleb Martin in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Two things. One, because nobody knew who Caleb Martin was, which is why it happened. That's fine. Well, everybody wanted him when it came time to trade, didn't they? There's that piece.
I thought it was his twin brother. But go ahead.
Correct. The second piece is when you're looking at Marcus Smart and you're wondering, well, why is he taking all these ill-advised shots? Look at what the Celtics would do towards the end of games. They would freeze up. If you're really being honest, Jason Tatum, all of a sudden, he wouldn't want to take those last shots. He'd be like, ugh. And then, Jaylen Brown, he kind of enjoys the moment a little bit too much when he can't go left. So what would end up happening is Marcus Smart would be like, I can't give it to him. I guess I got to shoot it myself.
If I can be real, I think that problem was really a scheming issue, not even necessarily Marcus's problem. Because when it did come down to those, they were running terrible sets. They were running into pin downs, which is why sometimes Tatum or Brown couldn't get freed up, and he would kind of chuck it up instead of maybe looking for another option. And I think sometimes his own streakiness and maybe like lack of offensive prowess kind of just forced it, And I don't know, they had a lot of that happen, and still won a lot of games. So
I just want to make one.
I think it's
before we move on to the Western Conferences, and that is about Boston. I mean, you got Porzingis and you got Al Horford are your two big men. So injury prone, I would not trust that front line. I won't trust them past January. Just want to put that out there.
And again, going back to Bam Adebayo at the 4. Let's see what would actually happen if you put Boston's 4 and 5 against Miami's 4 and 5. Boston's are going to get hurt. They're going to get hurt.
He's going to score points for Miami. Nobody
Don't worry about
Hero.
it.
Tyler Hero can score 25.
He's like bagless, bro.
Yeah, all right, you're going to get 25 from Tyler Hero, maybe. Maybe you get 25 from Jimmy Butler. Maybe you get 10 from Bam. You're going to have to score 110 a night to beat somebody in the East. The Heat are a playoff team or play-in team at best. And they're not going to get lucky like they did last year. They are not going to catch the Knicks, who were just so overwhelmed by Madison Square Garden. You got Spike Lee over here just happy to be back on the big stage. They're not going to catch that little team again. They're not going to catch the Greek Freak injured game 1 and not having to get his rhythm back. They call a great run. That was it. It was a couple of great runs, but just like you said with the kids, you can tell when your kid has been cheating on exams. Maybe they got one past the teacher. I don't know what the Miami Heat have done. I don't know who they prayed to, what basketball gods have given them the last 2 years, but they're trash. There's no way you can look at that team and decide Tyler Hero is going to line up on Jaylen Brown and give it to him tonight. No, he's not going to do that. There's no way you're going to say Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum versus each other is a wash at best. There's no way Jason Tatum's going to be like, I'm going to let Jimmy Buckets just give me 50 tonight. He's not doing that no more. That's not who you're going to get at night in, night out. And oh my gosh, you remember when Jimmy Butler got hurt, right? In the Knicks series, it was over for the Heat, right? Tyler Hero goes down, it's over, right? They are one trip in a Costco to Tyler Hero from being out of the league. This is over. The Heat have nothing to offer on depth. They can't get the starters together, let alone a bench. I don't know why. I don't even know how we let the professor get off of Miami.
That's the best thing of the night so far.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So it looks like we have a consensus that the two teams that we will see in the finals will be Boston Celtics, Milwaukee. That kind of seems the consensus. So there's 7 of us. Let's put it in a vote. Who do you think wins, Milwaukee or Celtics? So let's start all the way to the very top. Kid, go first.
Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6. The Eagle.
Bucks in 7.
Bucks in 7. D'Angelo.
Bucks in 7.
Bucks in 7. Sherm.
Celtics in 6.
Yeah.
Celtics in 6. LAMEBOT.
It's going to be a lot of close games. Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5. Wow. Professor.
Okay, it's really gonna be. It's really.
No, not that he's
Actually, I want the professor to be the tiebreaker because he really said he didn't want any. Because I'm gonna be Milwaukee in 7, so that means it's 3-3.
It's really
all
gonna
the pressure's on the professor.
It's really gonna be Heat in 5, but for this hypothesis, what I'm going to tell you is it's going to be the Celtics in the sweep.
Celtics in a sweep.
Sweep.
Wow.
Yeah. Sweep.
All right. Well, democracy, folks.
You talked all that trash. Then you got the Celtics sweep.
Because you didn't ask about Milwaukee, did you?
Yeah, but that's because he's still sour that Dame Lillard didn't go to the 305. Come on,
he
man. Come
is.
on.
Yeah,
You know, I'll tell you why.
Blame him.
I'll tell you why. I have a theory that both Damian Lillard and Giannis aren't as agile as they both used to be a year or two ago. When you watched them play the other night, they didn't really strike fear in my heart at all. Like they didn't seem as quick or like as dominant as you would expect from two of the top 100 players of all time.
Preseason, Professor, come on, give them a break. Okay?
No.
Preseason.
If you're 50 million,
nobody's trying to get hurt, man.
In preseason, like you're not going all out in preseason.
Yeah, bro. No one wants to get hurt.
All right, they look like they were already hurt to me.
Giannis blocked that man and then posted him on IG and tagged him. He means business.
I'm sure he does. I'm not worried. The Celtics they'll destroy that. It's fine.
All right. Well, there you have it. Over here on the NBN Studios, we have chosen the Celtics to win the East. Let's go ahead and end this show right over here. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and click like, subscribe, follow us. Once again, LAMEBOT, go ahead and tell us, what is your channel?
LAMEBOT Music on IG, LAMEBOT on Spotify. That's pretty much it.
All right, and we'll tag that on below. Sherm, tell us your channel.
It's SCRAM Family. Search it on YouTube. You can go to SCRAMFamily.com. The SCRAM Family, all of that at Instagram, at us. Check us out.
Awesome. And of course, tell us who you think it's going to win the Eastern Conference this year. Till next time, this was Nerd.